from Azazia would come over there and present their claim to me, and I'd just do a screening real quick, making sure they had all the information in there, and not really waste the judge's time, because like there were so many claims and just one CMOC that we would just get overwhelmed. Like we started with just trying to do like a roster, like saying these people come in this day, these people come in this day, and we wouldn't get through all of that list, and they'd get pushed back to the next day, and then we really wouldn't get through all of it, and it got pushed back, and it just kept getting screwed up, and it was like too many claims in too little time to try and deal with all of them. So we just went away from all the lists and made like a first come first serve thing. But they would come to me at Azazia over at my substation, and I would screen them, make sure they have all the proper documentation, make sure that they have their pictures, and that the claim was pretty much complete and legit, and then I would send them to the judge, or I would escort them over here to see them.
Well, that's great. I'm glad you brought that up, because I think I had that written in my notes, but for some reason it looks like I marked it out, so apparently I was misunderstood. So okay. Yeah, thank you for bringing it back to my attention. That was definitely, I wanted to get that. It looks like we're not going to have nearly as much time for the background, so it's good. We got some good stuff. So no, about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it can be. I guess I'll let you start where you feel is relevant. I know we discussed a bit about your background yesterday. You know, family and stuff like that. Family traditions.
All right. Well, I was born and raised in Kansas. I was born in Wichita. Later in my life, moved to Kingman, just all right around that. So I was.
Where was you from? Kingman.
Kingman, Kansas.
Kingman, Kansas. Okay.
And pretty much after I was about 10 years old, I moved to Kingman, Kansas. But I grew up in Wichita, Kansas. It was a much bigger city. It was just central Kansas. So I grew up in the Midwest like my whole life. Never really traveled around a lot. When I joined the Marine Corps, it was the first time I traveled around. My parents were divorced before I was born, so I never really knew my dad that much, but my mother met my stepdad now when I was about like 7 or 8 years old, and I've known him my whole life, so I pretty much like kind of adopted him as like my dad. So I just referred to him as my stepdad, but didn't really see my dad that much growing up. Raised on a farm, like once my stepdad was a farmer. He had his own roofing and construction company. So when they got together and they moved in together, I pretty much like adopted like the farm type life growing up. Had chores, like we had livestock like cattle, pigs, and chickens. I had my chores every morning before I went to school. I'd have to get up, go feed and water the chickens, feed the hogs, stuff like that. After school, I'd go around with my stepdad, and we'd go feed the cattle. And I pretty much was raised in like that real like manual labor type environment, which I really loved. Especially like even now, I'm so used to it. I just really like the manual and physical type labor that I like grew up in. When I got older, I went to work with my stepdad doing roofing and construction, and I did that pretty much like growing up, from being just like a little kid starting out. I'd go around and pick up like trash around the job sites and stuff like that, to when I got older, moving up onto the roofs, helping them like tear off the old roofs, and then when I got older, even to actually putting the roofs on and helping them out there. And I just really liked that type of work. It was just just like physical labor. Kept me in like really good shape. What actually paid off when I actually joined the Marine Corps. I was in excellent shape, and I didn't really have to do like a lot of the conditioning that people usually have to do when transferring from a civilian to like the military.
Yeah, I understand you got a meritorious promotion.
I did. I got meritorious PFC, which I went from an E1, enlisted first grade, to enlisted second grade. Straight out of boot camp, I had platoon high PFT.
Which was
PFT, physical fitness test.
Okay, so you ended up having the highest, and you weren't an athlete in school.
No, I never. Like I said, I grew up on a farm. I never had time for sports. I'd get up in the morning, do my chores, I'd go to school, and then when I got out of school, I'd go to work. Like when you're dealing with like construction, there's always something to do, and especially farming, we always had something to do. So I dealt with like 2 jobs, like the farming side and the construction side. Stayed very busy. I worked from from when I got off school till pretty much dark every day, except for maybe on Sundays was the only day that we really didn't work that much. And if we had bad weather all week, I'd even work on Sundays sometime. So I stayed very busy, never had time for sports, anything like that, all through school. I still had a lot of times for friends though, and my stepdad was very understanding. Anytime I needed time off, anything like that, like I put in a lot of effort to my job, and he really liked having me around. All I'd have to do is ask for like some days off, or like if me and my friends were going to go somewhere over a weekend, I'd just let him know. I didn't get like a paycheck or anything like that. I pretty much worked, and he just provided me for money whenever I needed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I was just trying to show you how much time we have left, and
That's all right.
It apparently disrupted you. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I joined the Marine Corps out of high school. Let's see here. I got out of high school. I always pretty much wanted to be in the military, is why I joined. I never really liked school that much. I didn't really plan on going to college. So I always really was considering the military, like all through my education. I never really was looked forward to college. So I did join right out of high school. I spent the summer at home. Thought I'd give myself a little bit of vacation prior to going to military. And I was originally going to join the Army. I didn't really know much about any of the branches. And when I went and talked to the recruiters, I gave every one of them like their equal chance. I talked to all of them, and I just seen the Marines, and I thought like, wow, this really looks like it's for me. And I ended up joining. I was 17 at the time, because I graduated 17. I was kind of a young guy for my grade, and my parents wouldn't let me join infantry, which is what I wanted to do. They told me I had to do something else. My original MOS, my military occupation specialty, was going to be like intelligence. I was going to do like some computer desk job or something. My parents wanted me to do something I could use once I got out of the military. But so I had that on the paper. I enlisted, got everything signed. Or right before I enlisted, right before I signed the papers and everything, I told my recruiter, I was like, this isn't what I want to do. Like, it's my choice, not my parents'. And he's like, well, you really need to talk to your parents about it, because they told me that you can't do this unless if you're going to do infantry. So I sat down with my parents and I told them, I was like, I really want to do infantry. I don't really want to do anything else. That's why I wanted to join. And they were really against it, but I ended up signing up for infantry, and that's what I wanted to do. And I've been in infantry for 3 years now, and I really like my job, and I'm going to continue doing that while I'm here. And I'll be doing an MSG shortly, but I plan on going back.
MSG is what?
Marine Security Guard.
Okay. At the embassy.
At embassies.
Okay.
I re-enlisted to do MSG for like my B billet, like my secondary MOS, and I'm gonna go travel around. I've always wanted to travel around the world, and that's why I picked MSG, to go travel around to these different embassies and see the different countries of the world, which I always wanted to do. But I will probably go back to like the infantry field after I get done with that.
Well, we're actually, this is really good. We damn near filled the tape up. So is there anything else you want to add, like in the last minute or so?
No, I think I pretty much covered all of it. Unless there's any questions you have for me or something you want me to add.
No, I think there'll be more questions in the future. I'll definitely have that.
Okay.
I need to stop the tape here before we run out.
All
So,
right.
I appreciate it.